Welcome to Lunch and Learn Zoom Friday. On behalf of Livia Vo and myself, we want to welcome you to the Lunch and Learn Zoom Friday. You know, one of the things you need to know is eagles don't hang out with chickens, turkeys, and vultures. There's something magical that happens when a group of entrepreneurs just like us get together in the same room. You're inspired, encouraged, and challenged to rise higher, go further, faster. Some of you may be wondering, do you have what it takes? Are you an eagle? Here's how you know. Here is the Eagles Creed. Number 1, eagles don't hang out with turkeys, chickens, and vultures.
Eagles stand for peace and freedom. They know they were made to make a difference in this world.
Eagles have excellent vision. They see things that others can't. When they see an opportunity, they are prepared to take action.
Eagles fly high above the clouds and sit on mountaintops where the view is nothing short of spectacular. They live, work, and play in their genius zone.
Eagles have been known to move mountains for the benefit of others. We believe action should speak louder than words, so we hold one another accountable and keep track of our results.
When eagles from around the world come together, magic happens. You're encouraged, inspired, and challenged to soar higher, go farther, faster.
You've read this far. You are either an eagle or an aspiring eagle and want to soar higher.
Every eagle needs a place to roost, a place to call home. We call this our eagle's nest. It's kind of like Cheers, where everybody knows your name and treats you like family.
Lunch and Learn Zoom Fridays is considered our eagle's nest. It's a place for heart-centered entrepreneurs and small business owners from around the world can come together each week to recharge the batteries, connect, partner, and profit. So bring a friend and come soar with us every Friday at 11:30 a.m. Central.
Thank you. And I want to give a big shout out to Miss Olivia. We've been missing her. She's been under the weather. So we're glad you're back and hope you get to feeling better soon. Visitors, if this is your first time here, in the chat, type #newbie. And then we want you to be able to introduce yourself to the group. Give us about 1 minute on the clock. And for those co-hosts, I have a new app that I put on today and I didn't see it. It should have been there. It's called Blue Sky. Did y'all let that one in? Because I'm not seeing it here on our screen. Anybody seeing a blank screen anywhere?
Anybody seeing a blank screen anywhere?
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, had a wonderful timer on it I was going to use today. So we're going to start with you, Ernie. Come on down.
Thank you, Nancy. Hi, I am Ernie Boxall and I am a storyteller. But I help you tell your story before somebody else tells it for you. And I do that through a channel called No Story Stagnates, where I take your story from before you were born to where you are now with all the lessons in between. And together we put that story onto YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and any social media that you would like to choose. So if you'd like to know more about storytelling and telling your story, I'm Ernie Boxall and I am a storyteller.
Thank you. We're so glad. And you'll tell them where you're from?
I am from Leamington Spa in England, 110 miles north of London and 100 miles south of Manchester. We're in the middle.
Fantastic. So glad to have you here.
Thank you.
And we have 4 new members this week. So if you haven't had a chance to reach out and say hello, we want to welcome Lisa White from Oklahoma, Helen Murdoch, Melissa Deely, and Sophia McMorris. So welcome to our tribe. We're so happy to have you on board. No matter how big or small the milestone, one of the things that we like to do in here is encourage one another and celebrate. So do we have any birthdays, anniversaries, or special occasions that we'd like to recognize this week? Yes, Sarah.
So my wife and I are celebrating our 6-year anniversary on the 13th of this month.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Help me look for hands. All right. Do we have any special events or recognitions? One of the things that I just saw, I believe it was yesterday, is one of our members, Ellie Sheffy. She had an article in Entrepreneur magazine picked up, and they were talking about some quotes from Tony Robbins and some different things like that. And so that was really fantastic. That it was quite large. So anyways, if you haven't had a chance to go and give her some kudos, make sure you do. She was also recently picked up as a contributing writer for Forbes magazine, and she sits on their panel. I forget which panel that's called. Bruce, could you tell me which panel that is?
Yeah, I don't remember what the name of it is, but she also yesterday just embarked on a 3-week or so trip into Europe.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. And that just reminds me, we've got a lot of people out today. Barry is under the weather. He's not feeling well. And our travel gal from here, Juanita, she is en route. I believe it's her 45th wedding anniversary. So they're on their vacation heading up, and quite a few other people. So do we have any other fabulous things going on in your business that you'd like to be recognized for this week?
Nancy, quick question. Can you just repeat the name of the person who submitted an article to Entrepreneur magazine?
Yes, Ellie Sheffy.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Anybody else?
I forgot to mention July 20th will be my 1 year of being full-time on my business.
Wow, that is a big deal. Congratulations, congratulations. All right. Each
May
week
I make
we
an
have-
offer to the group, Nancy?
Let's hold off on that
Okay,
until we get to that portion, but yes,
Okay.
you can.
okay, thank you.
Each week we have a different focus. So week 1 of the month, we work on collaborations, referral partners, barter exchanges, co-branding, all of that type of thing. Week 2, which is today, is Iron Sharpens Iron. This is where we share tips, tools, strategies to help you grow your business. So anything that you would like to share with the group to help us grow, now would be the time to share that. If you would like to share a nugget from any books that you're reading, maybe a training course that you've completed, a conference or a workshop, masterminds, anything like that. So the first thing that I would like to do, the first topic, is what would be some tips, tools that you have discovered over the last month that you could share with the group? Yes, Kay.
This is something I just found out about at my Zoom earlier this morning. Instagram made an announcement that they are not going to be sharing photos anymore, which means they're moving to either like the more video and reel. They want to be known as the entertainment site. And so just a heads up for all of you who use Instagram that photos are going away and it'll only be the videos and reels.
Wow. Jessica.
Yeah, that leads right into, I just met with the CEO of another app. I'm going to share my link, so I hope you use mine, but it's a free platform and it is Instagram when it was brand new baby, right? So just imagine if you could have gotten in on the ground floor with Facebook and Instagram when they first signed up and started. They now have about 5 million downloads, and it is a free app and it works a lot like Instagram, and it is a collaborative community, and it's fantastic. So I have a link if you decide you want to download it on your phone. It's free and amazing.
Can you put that in the chat, Jessica?
Yeah, I will. They have, Facebook makes billions, probably trillions at some point on their ads and things. I don't know. I don't have their stats, or they're not giving me privy to their money. But this app actually shares with, if you make, you post images and you make content creations, they share the wealth with the platform creators. So people look at your post, you get revenue from this app. It's just bananas.
Are you talking about Web Talk?
No, it's called Display.
Oh.
And it's fantastic. And we can do this as a co-op also, Nancy, because it, like I said, I mean, you're making posts every day anyway. Wouldn't it be great if someone was paying you for those?
Exactly.
So anyway, I'll
exactly.
share the link. Give me a second to grab mine. And
Okay.
it's free.
Kelly, did you have something you'd like to share today?
Yes, I discovered an alternative to rev.com for transcriptions. It's a subsidiary of Rev. It's called temi.com, and they only charge 25 cents a minute for audio transcription. And along with that, there is a great new editing software that's really simple for people doing, editing of either audio or video. All you do is edit the transcript of the video instead of all that complicated, editing stuff. And that is called descript.com. They have a free version. They've just added video fairly recently, and it's a boon for people doing editing.
Wonderful. Anybody else? Yes, Marsha.
I discovered a new software to make videos. It's Movavi, Movavi. And I've been making videos for a course that I'm creating, and I don't have to edit. All I do is go into Canva Pro, make a series of slides, save that as a PDF, and then use Movavi, move each slide. As I'm doing the audio myself, I'm speaking, I have the slide, I stop speaking, so it stops recording. I go to the next slide and I'm making my video. It's very easy. So I'll put the link to that in the chat.
That just reminded me of something. A while back, I got some help, and I can't remember who helped me with it. I think it was Tracy Carnes Sharp. I'm not positive, but anyways, I've lost my notes on, on Zoom. You can record, and it records the audio, the video, then you get the chat and all of those different things. Well, the problem is when you save it, it saves it as an MP4. To upload it to your podcasting platforms and all of that, that needs to be an MP3. So we did it on the fly, and it was months ago. And now it's time for me to really need that to upload all of our stuff. And so if anybody can help me with that at any point, reach out to me. But I need to convert it from an MP4 to an MP3. And I've Googled it to death and all of those things.
I can do that for you, Nancy.
Well, MP4 is the video, MP3 is the audio.
Well, what I'm saying is they save the audio on Zoom as an MP4.
Oh, yeah. There's a M4A or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I'm sorry, I'm probably not saying it right, but the M4A, and it needs to be MP3. Thank you, Richard.
Yeah, I can do that for you. And if I'm online, otter.ai is also transcription. It's like $100 a year. You get 6,000 minutes. It does a really good job with work.
Okay, will you put that in the chat, please? Yes, Gab.
Hi everyone. So I was here last week and I mentioned the social media engagement parties. You all are welcome to join us. People are getting massive increase in their visibility. I know Jessica and I have talked about it, and she helped me join a pod, and a bunch of you have come. So you're welcome to, and I'll post the link. I also wanted to mention, because someone was talking about Instagram. I don't know if any of you guys have business accounts on Facebook. I started getting emails from Facebook, I don't know, almost 2 months ago. The insights that they used to provide on the business page is technically gone. They're not actually gone, but they've been emailing people to tell you that they're no longer providing insights on your business page. So what they've done, and I've only scratched the surface of looking at it. So if you ask me questions, I might not be able to answer, but what they've done is they've moved all of that statistical data that we used to get, which is why we would start with our business page, and they've moved it over to the business manager and the ads manager, where you start your advertising from. And in order to get a business and an ad manager account, you have to have your page up for 30 days and some other things that you should probably go look at Facebook's facts instead of relying on me. And all that statistical data is showing up slightly differently, but not that much differently. So you can still see who's engaging, well, not who, but how much engagement you're getting, the time of the day, the people that are following your content like you used to be able to on your page, but it's now in the manager, the business manager and ads manager section. So, and of course they're doing it that way because they want you to go spend money because they are a multi-billion dollar company. So yeah, and I don't know if you guys know, if you put up a post in your page and then from the page you share it to any other place, a group, a wall, a profile, all the engagement on that post will report back to the page. But if you start from your profile and then put it onto your business page, none of this on your profile will report to the page. So whenever you can, you always want to start from the page that gives you the insights and gives you the statistical data if you're trying to track that information.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything? Yes, Claudio.
Yeah, I just want to kind of add to what Gabriella was saying about the social media engagement.
Okay, hold up for a minute. I'm going to do that in the next section.
Okay.
Because I'm going to spend a little bit of time there in just a couple of minutes, if you don't mind.
No problem.
Any other tips and techniques before? Yes, Jessica.
I do have, I'm creating a training course to go with it, but I've been starting to share 2 places, one which is free to use. And again, of course, they're my links because this is the world we live in, right? But it helps you source your own VA. So if you're not ready for working with an agency like me, these links are some of the places that I source my people. So also a great place to check it out. And I'll be making, like I said, a training video soon that I hope the co-op will be an affiliate of so that you can learn how to manage it and all the other details. But here's the other links for that.
All right. Thank you very much. Now I want to spend a couple of minutes on these posting parties. And one of the things Gab and I are working on is trying to get a time and date and everything that would work for you. So I have created a poll and hopefully it'll work. And it's your name or anything is not going to be tied to it. So if you don't mind, I'm going to launch that right quick. And if you will take just a couple of minutes to fill that out. And while you're doing that, Claudio, man, he has been smoking on these posting parties. So Claudio, I'm going to give you the mic. Go ahead, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been a part of 3 or 4 of them, I think, in the past. And the most I had ever gotten before this past one was just under 1,000 views over the course of a couple of weeks. And the one we did just this past Wednesday, so it's only been 2 days. I don't think I did anything different. I don't know what it was that, kind of skyrocketed this week, but currently I'm at 5,394 views. And I used to average 35 to 50 maybe on a post. So it's just unbelievably powerful.
Oh, I want to showcase one that just recently I had a poll that posted on LinkedIn. It had 310 votes and 16,499 views.
Wow.
So those work. They really do work. And 19 comments.
And so what we want to do beginning this next week on this Wednesday, we're going to add Facebook. And then the following week, we'll add another one. And then we will continue till we have all of them. And depending on, which ones and how this poll works out, if this is something of interest to you, Gab and I will get together so that we can collaborate and I can get a sponsorship set up for that. So anyways, I wanted to put that out there. I meant to do it last week and I didn't get a chance to do that. And then a couple of events that I want to tell you about today is we have next week, Bick from Video Socials is going to come and do our elevator pitches. And you need to prep. And if we have time today, I'm going to let a couple of you practice. I had this wonderful timer app and I just can't seem to find it on Zoom. And it's the only one that Zoom technically authorizes, I guess, to use. So I really was excited about trying it today. But my co-host, if you see a person, I think it's called Blue Sky, let them in because it was supposed to have automatically launched when we opened up our meeting because I had it set up like that. So I'll be watching for that. Next, Blaney has a new event like the last one coming up September the 23rd to the 25th. Unfortunately, it was the holiday and I missed her deal where she was going to allow us to get it for $50, those of us who had been there before, and now it's opened up to the general public. And I missed that. So it ended up costing $150 for us to get a booth. But I had really great success. Livy and I learned a lot during that event, and we met some amazing people who now are over here in our tribe. So here's something that I'm going to bring to you. We mentioned it previously. One of the cool things about this platform is they leave it open for a designated amount of time. And since we are Meet My Referral Partners, since we're a referral partnership network, I want to open that up to you and let you have a landing page in my booth. And so you would need a graphic and then a link. So this would be a way for you to generate some leads and get you some more exposure. And we're going to do that for $10 each. And I forget, do you remember how long she left that up, Olivia, after the event? Where people could continue?
Yeah, several, like a couple hours.
No, we ended up getting like 30 days after the event or something like that.
I think it was 20 days after.
Oh, okay, that part. Yeah, 30 days.
But anyways,
But
we
she
learned
left
how to
the site.
set it up, and it's really a cool platform. Jeffrey should be back hopefully in the next week or two. He was also there. Barry had a booth. Anyway, we learned some tips and tricks. So it'd be really great. You don't necessarily have to go to the event if you don't want to, but if you do, what you could do, attend and listen to all the speakers and all of that. But when it gets time for the booth, everybody shuts down and then it's booth time. So everybody goes around and visits each of the booths and meets people. So you could come to our booth and be there on hand so that when people come to our booth, you would be there to meet them. So anyway, that's kind of an innovative thing that I think that we could do. And if this works out real well, we could continue to do this at other events. Yes, Jessica.
What's the date?
September the 23rd through the 25th. And then I will get you like the graphic size, because that's really important. A lot of them that had their graphics and stuff didn't look good because it wasn't the right size. And we really didn't know what to expect in advance because this is a new platform. And so now we do. Yes, Jessica.
As booth holder, as the main booth holder, do you get access to the attendee list or the registration list so that you could do a follow-up email that includes some of the people who
only the ones who come to our booth and opt in?
That's
It's
it.
my understanding. Yes.
That's a shame because
well, we got a lot, believe it or not. We did get a lot, and
it was a good
she
event.
may have changed
Speakers, so yeah.
So anyways, that's that. So we got Vic from Video Socials. Co-op. We want to talk about the well, first of all, Grand Connection is another cross-pollination event. That one is today. If you haven't registered, I encourage you to do that. That's always a fun time. They do a fantastic job with the networking event. That occurs right after this event. So it'll be 1 p.m. So I'll try and let you out just a couple of minutes early so you can get over there and get set up. And then Wednesday, we have our posting party at 11:30. And then if you will notice on my background, we have now become a Happy Neighborhood Project member, and we are a shared member. So what that means is they just launched a co-op, and they thought they were the first, but didn't want to steal their thunder. But we know that we've been doing this for over a year, and I personally have been doing co-ops since 2009. So anyways, I have met with Edwin, and we're discussing some other things that we might could do to cross-pollinate with that group, but I've been hitting it hard and heavy. It's a wonderful, wonderful group. And I know the name is a little misleading. People really don't know what that is. When you see Happy Neighborhood Project, it's networking. You come in and they have this worldwide. So any day of the week practically, and they're opening up new ones. And so as a shared member, we're going to get to participate in their profit sharing, and it's by points. So when you invite someone, you get a point. When you go to an event, you get points. When you share it on your website, you get points. So at the end of every quarter, based on the number of points that you've accumulated total, that will determine how much of their revenue sharing that we get. Well, here's a blue sky timer that just popped up on my Are y'all seeing that on your screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that was weird. But anyways, I'm very excited. So here's the deal. If you go to any Happy Neighborhood Project event, please put Nancy Gaskins' name in as the person who referred you, because our co-op will get the points. Okay, anything that you do. And so I'll be announcing that. And then the other thing is, a lot of you may not be aware of where our affiliate stuff is. So I wanted to show you that right quick on our website. I'm going to do a share screen. If you will go under the About Us affiliate program links, any link that you see here, I just did that little video. Any link that you see here, Think and Grow Rich, we get a 50% commission on that. So that's excellent. There's send out cards. Here's the gel. Here's Zeal. Here's On Passive. We'll be adding these VPNs. The co-op will have affiliate links for all the different VPNs. So we'll get a cut if you want to use those. If you haven't already, we're doing the same thing with crypto wallets. Here's our crypto and fintech projects. So if you want to sign up on your own as an individual, the co-op is already in these, but this is the co-op's affiliate links. So anytime you do, the co-op is going to be earning money. Here is Blaney's events. We are an affiliate for that. Any of you that have anything like this that you want us to be an affiliate and promote out for you, get with me so I can set the co-op up as an affiliate. And then you just click that, and that will take you to just to kind of show you how this would work. This is her website. And so that would be tracking. Here would be all of her events calendar. And then we would get credit for anything that you do, our co-op. Everybody clear on that? And so I will try, and I think we're all updated right now, but we have some exciting new projects coming on board. So if you haven't already paid your co-op dues, really need you to get that done, because we need to upgrade on the current ones that we have. And I have a ton of options here coming up. And one of the things, let me see if he's here. I thought I saw him sneak in right quick. Go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah, just to update you on your request to convert files. I dropped a link in a little bit ago. This is cloudconvert.com. I'll put it in there again. And there's a specific link for what you want to do, MP4 to MP3.
Okay.
It's a lot of different file options you can convert from and to. So
wonderful.
And if I could just say, Nancy, you know that I am a big believer in HFP, even here in England. Big believer.
Yes, it's in fact, just in case you didn't get the memo, there was, I forget how many, it was over 1,000 that were registered. And the other day we had at the big reveal where they announced that co-op, they had 685 attendees, and it was super duper, super cool. So right now would be the time, if you have an event coming up in the next couple of weeks that you would like for us to promote, go ahead and put that in the chat right now if you have any events. And then we also have in Fluidity, their events are on Thursday from 4 to 6, another one that we cross-pollinate with. So I want to make sure that you heavily get involved in these, because I've been working really hard to form these alliances. And these are really, I'm not going to promote anything that I don't think is going to be valuable to you. Grand Connections does a fantastic job. Dr. Scott does a fantastic job. Happy Neighborhood Project does a fantastic job. So I'm out here working, you know, around the clock, trying to get us in front of lots and lots of people. Any questions on any of that before we move forward?
I just was going to share that Happy Neighborhood is awesome. I'm actually a co-host captain over there, although I've been trying to step down for a while.
Yes, so is Sarah. And then we have a couple of members, as a matter of fact, in here.
Sarah is a co-host. I was a co-host captain, which means I actually oversaw on their behalf. I actually captained her meeting for a while. So there's
Fantastic. Well, we thank you. Thank you so very much for doing that. And again, they've been after me to do the same. And, you know, right now my time is not where I can, but I believe in what they're doing and I love what they're doing. And, you know, we don't want to reinvent the wheel. And networking is just one piece of the pie of what we do here. And I really been loving it. I'm going to see if this timer goes off.
And I was going to say, I've also been working closely with Dr. Scott. He's been amazing. His platform is awesome. And I'm finally going to make it to my first, the one that comes right after this one that I totally spaced the name on. I've been trying
Brand
to get
Connections.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, I have a friend who's speaking today and I've been invited several times and I'm finally going to make it over there today. So
Well,
that's pretty awesome.
You're going to absolutely love it. So again, if you have any events that you want us to promote, put those in the chat. And now it's time to get to our grand event today. I am absolutely thrilled to death to have our guest speaker today. What a hoot. And I know we're going to have a ton of fun. So I want you to give me a warm applause for Mr. Braden Daniels. And one of the things you may not know about Braden, it is just, I had as a kid, I was a magician. So when I met Braden, compliments of Olivia Vo, we hit it off immediately. And I just absolutely love this. So let me give you a little bit background about Braden. Braden has always had a passion for creating and performing magic. His love for magic has taken him on a wonderful journey, and he truly believes that great magic has the power to delight, astonish, and inspire. Braden performs magic and speaking at meetings, cocktail parties, and after-dinner entertainment for corporate and non-corporate events. He's the creator of the Magic and Mystery Theater show, performing at local theaters and event venues. Braden adds a unique blend of magic, mystery, and storytelling to wow any audience. Braden is available for a select number of dates throughout the year. Welcome, 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 Braden.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Nancy, so much. I really appreciate being here. I've learned so much today. Hopefully you guys can see me on Spotlight. Can you guys see me? Give me a thumbs up. Yes.
You might click speaker view, folks, to make sure that you're seeing
make
him.
sure, because you're not going to want to miss this.
Yes.
I tell you what, I've taken so many notes, so please give yourselves a round of applause. I feel like I'm an aspiring eagle here today, and I've already learned so much, so thank you. You've been lied to. You see, they say it takes money to make money, and nothing could be further from the truth. It takes much more than money to make money. It takes personal leadership, discipline, and self-awareness to turn those dollars into profits. Yes. Benjamin Franklin, a wonderful entrepreneur, by the way, said that an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. And indeed, you are investing in your knowledge today. Think fast. Think of an outstanding entrepreneur. They do not have to be famous. Get one in your mind now. Have you got one? Did you think of yourself? If not, why not? Ponder that as we continue. As entrepreneurs, we have ambitious goals. For some of us, those goals are to transform our clients and transform the world. But in order to transform the world, we first have to transform ourselves. And many of you on this call today know that. Multiple choice, okay? And I want answers in the chat here. A, B, or C. Listen to the question completely and all of the answers before responding. A, B, or C. What do Sarah Blakely, founder and creator of Spanx, Richard Branson, Virgin Empire, and Nancy Gaskins all have in common? Is it A, a team of people that does their most important work for them, B, a private jet, or C, an unwavering belief in themselves? A, B, or C? Put your answer in the chat. Whoa, we're lighting up the chat with C's. Wow, this is a good group. All right. It's not A, because as an entrepreneur and a solopreneur, you do some special magic. And you want to be the one that communicates that. You know, you are the experience of your brand. So you need to focus on that. As a magician, I certainly wouldn't be outsourcing my magic or my speaking, I may consider my accounting and maybe my marketing, but we'll talk a little bit about that later. So you don't want a team that does your most important work. You want to do that most important work. So that's off the list. Be a private jet. I'm sorry. I know. What did we sign up for? I thought we got a jet the moment that we put our shingle up. What happened there? No, it's not a private jet. It is C, an unwavering belief in themselves. So if you take away one note, or your first note, it's have an unshakable belief in yourself. You know, in order to soar like eagles, we must first believe in ourselves. Write this down. Your clients will not believe in your products or services more than you do. Your clients will not believe in your products and services more than you do. So you have to be excited about your products, your offerings. You have to believe in your own magic. Okay? You have magic, you work magic, you must believe in that magic. All right, think of a brand in your mind. Think of a brand over the last year that you've spent money on, that you've put your hard-earned money into. Think of this brand. Now, what do they do that's bigger and better than anyone else? And ask yourself this, does this brand really outperform their competition by 100% better? No. Do they outperform their competition by 50%? No. They don't even do it by 25%. According to Dr. Barry Richardson, outstanding brands are only 10% better at what they do. And that, to me, is absolutely empowering. So 10% better in what? That's a great question. Great question. You can get 10% better in your personal leadership. And I'm going to share with you 4 areas of your personal leadership that you can grow in. Now, I want to tell you a story about Mickey Mouse. Here's Mickey. You may recognize him from Fantasia. He's doing the classic magician's pose, as above, so below. Now, the story of Mickey and Fantasia is that he was asked by his magical teacher to carry pails of water. His teacher retired for the evening, setting his hat down on the chair. And Mickey decided to use his uninitiated, underdeveloped skills in magic to get the broomsticks to do the carrying for him. So he reached over and grabbed the hat. He put the hat on and he started to get the broomsticks to carry the pails for them. You can almost hear the music of Fantasia as I do this. Then Mickey got bored and fell asleep, and he awoke to find that the broomsticks had carried pails of water all over the castle, pouring it everywhere. He went outside and saw that the land was turned into an ocean. Now, as an entrepreneur, can you relate to Mickey's story? Are you drowning in a sea of opportunity? Do you have 1 or 2 really good skills, but find yourself overwhelmed? That's what it's all about. I'm going to help you, and as we would help Mickey, figure it out. Now, Mickey has access, just like you do, to all of the powers, and they're hidden in plain sight. 1 is the wand, 2 is the cup, 3 is the sword, and 4 is the coin. Now, they each represent an element. The sword represents air, and that's communication. As I speak and perform, my voice is going into my microphone, into the computer, up into the Wi-Fi, down into all of your systems, hopefully. And as that happens, I'm controlling space and time through the air. So if you can get 10% better in communication, what area would that be? And it's going to be different for all of you. There's 25 people on this call, including myself, and I'm not preaching to you as if I don't need to improve. I do. But what area could you improve on? Communication, is it written? How well are you getting back to people? Through email, messages? That's all a reflection of your communication. How well are you at public speaking, at delivering your offer? How are you showing up when you do networking events or one-on-one calls? Are people experiencing your brand? Are they experiencing your magic when you talk to them? This is an important question. So could you get better in any of those areas? Yes, you could, and by 10%, but you need to identify what area of communication that you would like to get better. Now, the second element is fire. And fire, it can warm us or it can burn us. That's the magic of fire. It can heat our food or burn our food. Now, fire is discipline. And we go throughout our day, maybe your Friday looks like this shuffled deck of cards. All mixed up, complete chaos. And we often go through this. We attend a networking event, we get a couple good ideas. Next thing you know, we're flying off in a completely different direction. And it's all about making sure that you can prioritize. If you take your disciplined and get prioritized, shine your light, you can turn the chaos into order. And that's how you really want to be. Chaos into order. Now, can you get more disciplined? Yes, you can get more focused. Look, I listen to podcasts. I read books. I attend events like this. I go to LinkedIn and get great ideas. But how do I focus my time? Attention is an act of magic. What do you need to focus your attention on? And what's distracting you that you need to make disappear? Okay, the third element of your personal leadership is the water element. Now, water represents self-reflection. The water of self-reflection. And it's important to think about when you truly self-reflect and utilize your network to help you. And think about, how are you doing? My 13-year-old is hearing Braden speak. That's great. How well are you at doing self-reflection? Are you posturing when you go to networking events? Are you putting up a wall? Are you really open and vulnerable? Because if you are, if you can truly focus, you can do something amazing. You can transform yourself. Cheers. It's 5 o'clock summer, right? All right, so those are the three elements we've gotten so far: air, fire, water. So we've got communication, discipline, and self-reflection. The final element is earth. Now, without the earth, we wouldn't be able to stand here, right? You wouldn't be sitting where you're sitting. I wouldn't be standing where I'm standing. The earth element is all about support. So how are you seeking support? That's a personal power that you have to do, is seeking support. True or false, ideas are valuable. True. Inside this envelope, I have something extremely valuable. Now, to the uninitiated, these may seem like blank slips of paper. But viewed through another lens, these blank slips of paper can hold something valuable, our ideas. It's been said that a single idea can change our world forever. Victor Hugo, the famous French novelist and poet, said, "There's nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come." Show me the money. Indeed, there is nothing more powerful or valuable than all of our ideas put together. So the question that I have for you on Earth, how are you seeking support? Through your customers, through your clients, through your network, through your team, through your partners, through your vendors? They will be where you get your innovations. That's where your most powerful and profitable ideas will come from. So how are you seeking support? So lastly, just to wrap up, entrepreneurial leadership is personal leadership. In order to transform the world that I know everyone here wants to do, we must first transform ourselves. So believe in your own magic. Your clients will not believe in your magic more than you do. So believe in your own magic. Identify the one thing that you can improve upon that will make you that 10% better that Barry Richardson talks about. It's called the plus 10% principle. And if you get better by 10%, you can outperform your competition like crazy. And it sounds like a few of you are already doing that, and it's wonderful. And finally, if you grow in any one of these areas of communication, discipline, self-reflection, or seeking support, air, fire, water, earth, you can connect, partner, and profit to soar like an eagle. You have the power to transform the world by transforming yourself, and I hope that you do. That's the magic of personal leadership. Use your powers wisely. Thank you. Cheers.
Bravo. Everybody unmute your mics.
Woohoo! Awesome.
Great job.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Braden.
That's awesome. This is the paper that converted to money. It says the ink was even dry. That's awesome.
And notice how he incorporated our tagline and all those other things. So this was not only
Yes.
that, I hope everybody's taking notes.
Yep.
And one of the cool things he did was all of his promos across his, social media, and I did the same. So all of these things that we're learning, guys, look at there. Melissa has a page full of notes. I do as well. So I'm going to open up the floor for any questions that you might have for Braden. So come on down.
Bring them on. Yes.
Surely you have something.
I'm sure the question everyone wants to know is, how do we turn paper into money?
Well, I think it goes, great question, Melissa. I think it goes back to you are your brand, right? And you create the experience of your brand. Now, for me, I decided that in order to really get above the competition in my field, which is magic, and think about this, there's a spectrum of what you think about when you think of a magician. And it's not always good, okay? We're not portrayed that well in popular culture and movies, right? So what I wanted to do is take messaging and meaning and bring that with the power of magic. And so, Melissa, to answer your question, I think if you have an and, you do magic and, speaking, you do magic and that's for me. Think about what your and is. I think in order to cut through a lot of the noise today and print money, you have to definitely have an and have something special, and I just realized this too. In fact, when I talk with Nancy, I think I did one piece of magic for her, but upon reflection, doing my own self-reflection, I realized that when I network with people, they need to experience the magic of that networking call. That's what makes me me. And sometimes I wouldn't do that. And so now going forward, I will be doing that, but we can all learn and grow. But great question.
I love that. Thank you very much.
Let's do a quick screenshot and then we'll get to more questions. So I'm going to do a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. 3, 2, 1. Got it. All right. Fantastic. Any more questions for Braden? Lead like a magician. All right, let's talk about the notes a little bit. Okay, who took really good notes? What are his 4 key elements?
Air, fire, water, earth, which translate to communication, discipline, self-reflection, and support.
Very good. All right. The next big major step is one of the things that I've been preaching to everyone is we go to all these events, we take lots of notes, we read lots of books, we go to training, we get a mentor, but now what do we do with this information? Do we leave it in our notebook beside us on the desk, swear we're going to do something with it and never do it again? So let's have a couple of discussions on how we can apply some of these things that Braden just taught us. So let's start with the first one, air, the communication. Somebody share something that you're going to do this week that's going to improve your communication skills. Sarah.
Come up with a plan to follow up with past clients that I haven't talked to in a while.
Excellent. Excellent. And those of you who've been following me, I have a virtual assistant that's working on getting my new CRM automated. And hopefully that will be done this weekend so that I can start working with Jessica next week and start getting all of this going. So I'm the same way. Everything needs to be automated. You don't want to leave anybody out. Our membership, we've had some that have expired, and we want to make sure that we give people plenty of notice so that they have time to plan. So all of those things, it either makes your brand go up or go down. And so obviously we want to be world-class in everything that we do. Anybody else? Gab?
I actually just recorded a video yesterday. It's 3 minutes talking to, I have a list from back when I ran my previous company, which I haven't reached out to in about 18 months. And I drafted a short email to go with the video. And I'm literally sending it out to do outreach today and tomorrow. It was very anxiety inducing, but I did it anyway. Video is very hard. I use, Sarah introduced me to Dub, which is the platform I use. And that's what I'm doing.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. We're talking the written word right now with communicating with your, how about current? What could you do for your current clients, people who you're currently doing business with you? What would be one tip? Priscilla?
Well, one thing that I will do is instead of sending emails, because I occasionally send emails to remind them of the benefits that they have, I'm going to pick up the phone and actually call them and speak to them personally to give a more personal touch to the relationship.
Love that. Love that. Someone just posted in the chat. I saw it pop up, so I'm not sure who it was, but they were talking about the reviews and recommendations. One of the things that we're really going to be focusing on hot and heavy during week 4 is during our connect portion, where it's relationship marketing. This is your new connections, reconnections, the touch points, the follow-ups, the testimonials, the reviews. And I'm so excited because we have Captain Joe going to come on, as well as Kate's husband, and talk about some of the ways that we can improve the percentages and get more of those 5-star ratings. So I do have that coming on board. So every week, you know, we have this focus. I want you to be intentional about making sure that you're building your business on a solid foundation. And once you get all of these pieces together, I really think that you're going to see exponential growth in your business. You're going to have more time for yourself, and you're really going to be operating and working in your zone. So does anybody have anything else under communication that they would like to share? Laura, what could you do this week?
So when I'm communicating, I'm making sure that I'm asking key questions, that I'm talking to the people that I'm talking to, so I get an idea of what their values are. And so that I'm actually, in effect, speaking their language. So not only is this going to make me, not only is my message going to get across properly, but they're actually going to feel like they're being heard and addressed properly. And I think a lot of the time the wrong message gets sent because we're not saying the right things in the right values to the right people. And if we really want to build our communication skills and our network, we really have to get our heads around getting out of our own heads and into theirs. So sometimes it's uncomfortable for me to talk in people's values, but I know that's what they need to hear. And so that's what I've been working on. And it's made a huge, huge difference in my business.
Thank you. Sandy.
Well, I was just going to say, send a card in the mail. Send them a thank you card. I was just putting your link in the chat. Send a card in the mail, or even add a little gift. A thank you gift goes a long ways.
Thank you for reminding me of that. Bruce, you forgot to remind me. Anybody who did not receive their Eagle card in the mail needs to let me know in the chat, and then inbox me your correct mailing address. I had a couple that came back, but I want to make sure that everybody gets one of those. I love those. Thank you for the reminder, Sandy. Okay, let's move along to fire, the warm versus the burn, the discipline. What are you going to do this next week or throughout the next couple of weeks to become more disciplined? I'll share first. One of the things that I've started in doing, most of you know, I only do one-on-ones on what day of the week? Anybody? Do you remember? From sun up? Yes. From sun up to sundown, every 15 minutes, I do them back to back. If you're going to get me, you're going to have to get me on Thursday for new member introductions. So every day of the week, I have a focus point. Otherwise, I would never get anything done because I would be having all this disruption. So now I can be completely organized. I know, when I have those VIP meetings, I know when I have networking days. And so every day of the week, I have something specialized so that I can really feel like and be productive. And in case you haven't noticed, it's working, right? You've been seeing my social media, all the people and things that I've done. So I'm absolutely loving that. Jessica, would you like to share a discipline technique?
Yeah, I'm every Tuesday morning and every Friday morning. On Tuesday mornings, I'm in a mastermind and accountability group, and we're going through right now the book by Jack Canfield called The Power of Focus. And every Friday, I have a separate one-on-one within a different accountability partner. And I just believe that that makes a huge difference. To recap, what are my priorities for the upcoming week? What did I get done this last week? And where am I going? And how does that tie to my big picture goals? So I think that's a great discipline for me, and it makes me show up, and it helps me get excited about when I check things off the list, because then I have kind of a brag party with my club that's cheering me on and giving me the boot and pushing me along. So I think accountability is huge.
I agree. And it's interesting that you mentioned that book, because that when people ask me what book has been most life-changing for me, that's one of my top 5, The Power of Focus. And I have a couple of different versions of that book. It's so spectacular. And I can remember to the day where I was in Colorado. It was Thanksgiving when I read that book that weekend, and I could not put it down. And I started in really working and realizing that I could not only do my business life, but I could do my personal life that way. So anyways, thank you for sharing with that. Anybody else? Couple of discipline techniques. Melissa.
So I block my time for me every morning in my calendar. So I actually don't do anything until 10 a.m. any day of the week, except now this is 9:30. But I get out first, like right before this, I was out on my paddleboard on the lake, total tranquility and calm, so that I can fill my cup so that for the rest of the day, I'm able to help my clients and help others. And then I recently, just for the summer, have blocked Mondays completely off so no clients can book in. And I'm already feeling the zen that comes from that and the focus that I then have on Mondays to get all of my admin, everything else done so that my week can flow smoothly.
Thank you for sharing. Kay.
Yeah, I use a bullet journal. And so when I'm setting up my day, I just write everything that pops in my mind that I need to do that day. But then when I look at it, I look at the number one priority and I just focus on that. And then when it's done, I look at the rest of the thing and I choose my next priority. So instead of looking at it like I've got 30 things to get done today, I just do the most important ones. And whenever I run out, the following go to the next day.
Thank you. Catherine.
What I have done is all of the extraneous email lists that I'm on, I'm getting rid of them and focusing on what's right for me. I know, I mean, this is fantastic, but when everybody's screaming at you with their email, it's like, I got to get rid of it. Done. It'll save myself a lot of time and attention.
That's a great idea.
That just reminded me. Sarah, would you like to share with them that tip that you told me about that email program that can get rid of your emails?
Oh, yes. Okay, so there's something called Superhuman that allows you, and it's for those that are mostly, I think it's only for Gmail right now. But what it does is it allows you to use keyboard shortcuts to be able to navigate through your email. With the onboarding, they immediately help you like declutter your emails. So what they'll do is they'll say, okay, so what are the most recent emails that you want to keep, like up to like a certain amount of days, and then they'll archive all that, so you don't have to go through it. And then from then on out, you can pretty much organize everything, and it has saved me a ton of time. And so if you guys are interested, do #superhuman and with your email address, and I can send you can actually get 30 days for free with my invitation.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's go on to the next one. Water self-reflection. What can you do to self-reflect. This is so key, folks. If you're not studying what you did, some people do it annually. I personally do it quarterly. And then I do kind of a quick one each month, and then as well as the week, and then, the daily thing. You don't want it to take up so much of your time that you can't get anything done, but really it is an excellent tool. Now, keep in mind, your front windshield is much larger than your rear view window. Why? Because what's behind you is not nearly as important as what's in front of you. So I don't want you to focus on what you didn't do. Don't get me wrong. But for self-reflection, it can be a powerful tool. So who would like to share a Marcia?
So I actually I have a time blocked out each day for writing. And I do 3 types of writing. I have 3 actual notebooks where I put pen to paper. I have a notebook for ideas. I have a notebook for goals and vision, and a notebook for personal development. And in each of those notebooks, they get an allotted amount of time. So when I'm actually writing, I'm actually in the process of reflecting. So for me, there's reflection going on daily.
Thank you, Sophia.
I do reflection when I go for a walk. So that I usually review my days. And so most days I actually literally walking in the woods, talking to myself, and I do it out loud. And that's how I practice my self-reflection. And then really get clear about what I need to do to move forward.
Anybody else have anything? Yes, Gab.
I read quotes and short things. I have videos. I listen to videos from YouTube. So when I come across things that are very inspirational, so like right now, I committed for the next 30 days. I have right here in my notebook, Nelson Mandela's 1994 inaugural speech that I'm going to read to myself every day for 30 days. It takes 90 seconds to read, but if you do it out loud and you hear it, it gets into that reticular activating and helps you to really flip the script and change your mindset. So I'd like to do a lot of that kind of stuff.
Fantastic. Who else would like to share? Ernie.
Unmute. Yeah, all I'd like to say is that I found that when I started telling my own story, that so much self-reflection came through. And then when I started interviewing people, the one thing that came from them as we went through their stories was right at the end of it, they did remark about how they had become more interested in the self-reflection, and also that they began to realize that they were where they were because of the decisions they'd made.
Yeah, that's a hard one for a lot of people because we play that blame game. It's always, my boss did this, or my spouse this, or, all of those things, when the reality is you are where you are based on the decisions that you made yesterday and the day before. So if you want to be somewhere different, you need to start making better choices with your life. So we have time for one more before we go to our next little piece. Anybody else like to share, Jessica?
I just think I think it was Melissa, I apologize. But I think she said she's blocking off Mondays. And one of the things that I'm not sure if it was in the Power of Focus or the Power of the Subconscious Mind, but one of those books said that taking the entire day off to just think once a week is profound. And for me, that sounds bananas because, oh my God, I'm so busy, take an entire day off and think. Are you kidding me? But I'm starting to give myself the permission to do that twice a month. And don't pack up the value of vacation, because I was just on this mini micro vacation. I tell you what, I had the $1 million dream. And I think that time off gives your body, your subconscious mind, the ability to have its genius moments. And, so stay tuned, because I wrote that down, and the $1 million dream is the real deal. So I'm excited about that.
Love that. And my husband about had a heart attack because I took off the 4-day weekend, and, I paid for it. but I knew it was important. I needed to spend that time with my family, and like you know, I had some crazy dreams and some aha things, and probably almost, you know, filled up about 5 pages of notes. I kept going and grabbing it for something. It's just like, okay, you got to shut this down. You got to shut this down. Well, thank you so very much. Jock, did you have something?
Yeah, I just wanted to follow on that because you know how the Europeans take a month vacation a year, and we frequently are lucky to get 2 weeks, and we think they're crazy. They think we're crazy, but they've done studies and find that we're so stressed out that they tend to be more efficient because they've had that rest, and they can be more efficient and get more done when they're actually working.
Yes. And one of the things that I noticed when I was living in Europe was, you know, Sunday is a day of rest. It truly is, like it used to be here in America. And you see families out together walking. There's no noise. And when I was in Germany, there was no noise allowed. So you couldn't like fire up the lawnmower, do anything that was going to be disturbing for anybody. You saw people walking downtown, but the shops were not open. So you could not shop, but you could go and walk and stroll and just spend some really good quality time. And I'm agreeing with you, Jessica. We all need to be doing a little bit more of that and setting that up.
I've been taking December off for years, the entire month. I have 7 kids. Do you know what it freaking takes for 7 kids to put on Christmas?
Well, yeah, and to get them all together and all of that stuff. I know we do that for Thanksgiving.
And I want to point out that if you work it right and organize your business correctly, your vacation is actually a business retreat that's required for your business and that. So it's a write-off.
There you go. Good point. Good point.
I'm still stuck on 7 kids. Is anybody else still stuck on 7?
Well, Jessica, tell them how old your kids are.
I have 6 adults and 1 10-year-old. So we have 5 girls and 2 boys, an active duty Army, and I'm married to the hottest licensed general contractor on the planet for 23 years. And he still lights me up like a Christmas tree. So life is damn good.
Good, good. Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
That's why you have so many kids, Jess.
That's it.
No TV in the bedroom. It's one of our rules.
Yes, mine too.
Better things to do there.
All right, let's close this down for Braden. Braden, you did a fantastic job. Would you like to do some closing remarks before we do a little practice on our elevator pitches?
I just want to say thank you so much. When I connected with Nancy and Olivia a couple months back, they've just been so kind. And I've finally got to be here. And, you know, this is a place for me, I think. I might be attending these going forward. So I want to just thank you guys. And if you can connect with me on LinkedIn, that would be wonderful. Braden Daniels on LinkedIn. I can't send connection requests right now. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm in jail or what. Maybe it's too many videos that I'm posting, but anyways, connect with me. So that's how that'll work. I can accept those. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. We have just a couple of minutes and I thought I would let you maybe practice. But first of all, Olivia, give them a rundown on what they can expect next week, because this is going to be a different event. This is going to be no announcements, no anything, but we are strictly going to just be doing our elevator pitches and they will be recorded. So Olivia, give us a breakdown.
Before we get into that, Nancy, this is one of the things that I've noticed on our Zooms is that as people come in, there's a tone, there's a notification tone. So we need to make sure that you turn that off. Otherwise, when people are recording the videos, it's going to impact the video.
Thank you for that. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, excellent. Well, a couple months back, I had connected with a group called Video Socials, and it's a really exciting platform because what they do is they encourage you to practice your videos. And so we heard Marsha talk about, doing videos with Movavi. I think that's a great tool, and just consider video as part of another communication, right? Communication skill that you can practice and being able to reach your broader audience. And so during Video Socials, they have a really unique platform in which they have, trained hosts where you can, record your video, you can just speak and someone pushes the button for you. Because I think oftentimes when we're making videos and we're by ourselves, it's so hard to push that button. It's so hard to know who you're talking to. But now you've got a ready audience. You've got someone to push the button for you. All you have to do is just smile and go. And so it could be, a great way just to have an evergreen an evergreen file of your pitch. Just a 30-second elevated pitch. It's recorded. You can put it on your landing page. You can put it as part of your Meet My Referral Partner Network profile page. You can make a video there. And it's just an instant way to help people hear you and see what you're about. And so for next week, just come prepared. So that way, when it comes to your turn, you'll be shown the spotlight, and then you'll be able to, speak on your elevator pitch. And then at the very end of it, you'll all get, your recording. I mean, they have a way to create each of the clips and send it to you in an email file, and you can review it and keep it if you like. And they've got these brander tools too that they'll talk about next week. And so that's what you can expect.
So instead of practicing and getting feedback like we normally do, it is strictly you're going to come here, be well prepared. So what that means is the night before, the morning before, you need to look your best. You need to have your branding on. You need to have whatever, looks really great on you. Kate's not here today to help you with that, but reach out if you need some help on that this week. And make sure your background looks good. And practice. And this is not the end all, if you think it stinks or whatever, it's okay. You don't have to use it, but it's up to you how you want to use this. But I just think it's a fantastic idea. And I was so grateful that Olivia and Vic came to me with this and agreed to come on our group, because we're going to work out a deal with them, hopefully, if everybody loves it. And offer, something, I don't know exactly what, can't say exactly yet, but I know there's going to be something that we're going to be able to do. And I want to promote them to help them for doing this as a pro bono for us. So they're not going to charge us a dime to come in here. So if you're a member, you need to make sure all the members are here.
Yeah, it's only members, members, not guests.
Yes. Now, guests, we want you to come. We want you to be a part of the event. But if you're not a member, you're not going to get the recorded video done. Okay. So this would be a great time for you to join if you were sitting on the fence and you're not a member. And then I want to go ahead and mention that now that you mentioned it, Bruce, some of you may not be familiar with exactly how we operate. We have 3 different types of membership. One is the regular network membership. This is where you get your Lunch and Learn Zoom Fridays, the mastermind. You can come in any of our events. All of those things are part of that membership. And then we have the co-op, which that is like a hybrid version of an investment club. The minimum is $10 a month, and that one is $65 a year plus either $30, $50, or $100 every 90 days. So that equates to about $10 a month. So if you want to come and learn how to build multiple streams of income, that's the co-op. And then we have an option where you can be both. And when you be both, it costs you less money, obviously. And Bruce and I are trying to work it out where we can get the website where it's a little bit better for you. But anyway, so some of you that are on this call may be just a co-op member, or you may be just a network member, and some of you may be both. And so we need to get that cleared up and make sure that Lunch and Learn Zoom Friday, all of this is for network members and to bring guests. And guests, you can visit us 2 times for free. And Livy and I talked a while back about this point system that HNP is doing, and we were trying to figure out how we could kind of incorporate. And I've got the girl that's working on my CRM to kind of help us with that. And so we can't go retroactive, but we can go from this point forward and start tracking how much you're participating, because we want to reward you for participating in our group. Ernie, did you have something that you wanted to ask?
If I could just ask the price of the member of the mastermind regular.
It's all inclusive, and the mastermind is including in that, and that's $365 a year. But if you'll check your email, for those after you attend a Lunch and Learn Zoom Friday, I give you a special deal, and it's only for 36 hours. So if you don't take advantage of it during that time, you'll be paying the full price that's listed on our website.
Thank
So
you.
make sure you be checking for the follow-up on that.
And again, how long is the video that's going to be done next week?
I'm going to verify with Vic on that. Olivia, do you happen to know? I know we'll verify, but how long is that usually?
Usually, I mean, not more than 2 minutes, 2-minute
Yeah.
max. But if you guys want to do your 1-minute pitch or 30-second intro,
I think what we need to do, I'll double check and I'll send you an email and I'll also post it online. But because of the size of our group, we want to make sure that we can get through all of them. And I want it to go like clockwork. We'll probably go with 30-second intro, 1-minute pitch. And that way we won't have any issues if he's okay with that. And 2 minutes is way more than enough. And I think that's a little bit too much, to be honest with you. And that's what Happy Neighborhood Project does. And that's just really, you start going off in the ditches
So
at 2 minutes.
So a maximum of 1.5 minutes is what we're
Yes,
looking
that's what I'm
Okay.
thinking. And I want you to include an irresistible offer if you have one. If you want, whether it's to set up an appointment with you or whatever that is that you want, make sure that you work on that irresistible offer at the end. Use a hashtag, because when we post that, and I'm going to be, if you give me permission, I will post that across all of our social media and let people share that. And so you'll be able to see in the comments if somebody wants to take, advantage of that. All right, it's getting close to time. I'm going to go ahead and close this up just a little bit early so that we can get over to the cross-pollination event with Grand Connections. Anything else? Y'all have a wonderful weekend, and thank you, Ernie, for joining us today and all the rest
Save
of
your
you.
chat. Save your chat.
Yes, thank you. Save the chat.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. Talk soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Nancy.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you,
everyone.
Nancy.
Thank you.